Well, we had a comment that came up on our Instagram post this week. Everybody loves Corey's Tell It Like It Is. He seems to get under everybody's skin.
And that's not the goal.
Oh, no, but you do a good job at doing it.
Yeah, it is.
You do a great job at doing it, Gil.
Okay.
But listen, so he said, you need to come up with a rebuttal to Corey's Tell It Like It Is. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to pose this to Blank and, of course, my guy here, Co. Can we say this? Football is a team sport.
It is, for sure.
yes.
The consummate team sport. The most
Consummate
amazing
team sport. Are we
team sport you can have.
Yeah.
And you only can play who's in front of you.
Right.
Correct?
Absolutely.
Correct.
Correct. All right.
Yes.
I'm glad we got that established.
Yes.
Now, Corey's comments from last week.
I can't remember.
Of course you can. But listen, one of them was the Lions haven't played anyone this season. We got that. Number 2, Jared Goff is an average quarterback.
I agree.
Campbell is an average head coach.
I agree.
And the regular season is seeding.
Yeah.
Okay? So what I need you guys to do for me now is not jump on my back too quick.
Nope.
This is only going to show you what I think is the path that the Lions are, what their trajectory is to the top this season.
Okay.
So what I did was I compared the last Super Bowl for the Cowboys, which was 95, and the Steelers, which was in 2008. To what the Lions have done so far in 2024. So the Cowboys in 95, third team offense for the year. They were 13th. They had the 13th best passing offense, second best rushing offense. Steelers in 08, 20th team offense, 17th pass, 23rd in the rushing offense. Lions, first team offense so far as of last week. I didn't put the stats in, but 6 against the pass, or 6 passing rushing offense, third rushing offense this year. Defense for the Cowboys in 95, third team total defense, 8th against the pass, 16th against the rush. For the Steelers in 08, first team defense, first team pass, second against the rush. Lions this year, third team defense overall, 21st against the pass, 4th against the rush. Now, in saying that, there's some similarities here. Cowboys went 12-4, Steelers are 12-4, Lions are now 10-1. You talked about an average quarterback in Jared Goff. Well, let me show you some stats. Troy Aikman, 95, Super Bowl year that they won. He was 280 for 432, 3290 through the air, 64.8 completion rating, 16 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 08 for the Steelers. Roethlisberger, 281 for 469, 3,300 yards, 59.9 completion rating. He had 17 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. As of the start of today's game, so these stats would actually be a little more. Jared Goff was 197 for 270 already, 2492, 73%, 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So you see some similarities here. Team defense for a Super Bowl for the Steelers in 08, 95 for the Cowboys. The Lions are kind of in that trajectory. Also, you had Emmitt Smith for the Cowboys. 1,773 yards, 25 rushing touchdowns in 95. Steelers, and I didn't even know this guy was even around. Willie Parker for them had 791 yards, 5 touchdowns. As of right now, Gibbs is your 5th leading rusher. Montgomery's 21st. Willie Parker was 23 for the Steelers. Emmitt Smith was number 1 in 94. So you see that there's some similarities there. Michael Irvin, 5. He was He had 111 catches for 1,603 yards, 10 touchdowns. Hines Ward was your guy in 08. He was the 14th leading receiver, 81 catches for 1,043, 7 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, so far this year, as of before the start of this game, 65 catches, 685, 9 touchdowns. The kickers. The Cowboys had the 19th best kicker. The Steelers had the 19th best kicker. The Lions, first kicker, Jake Bates.
MVP.
I mean, they better win it.
Coaching. But listen, coaching. Barry Switzer. Now, you talked about an average coach in Dan Campbell. Okay. But this is what I'm saying. Barry Switzer was only 40-24. He basically was handed the keys to a Lamborghini.
Only? Why you say only?
Right.
Well, I'm going to say only because he was handed the keys to a Lamborghini that Jimmy Johnson had that team, and he had all the players.
Yeah.
When Mike Tomlin won, and I love Mike Tomlin. I'm not taking anything away from Switzer. I'm not taking anything away from Mike Tomlin. He won the Super Bowl his second year. Some could say he had the keys to the kingdom too, given it from Bill Cowher. Okay? I think after 4 years, Dan Campbell is 33, 27-1. I think he's had a rougher road in what he's been able to create. I think but when you look at the trajectory of what the Lions are doing right now to what the Cowboys did in 95, what the Steelers did in 08, I think they're pushing towards a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah.
Looking at those stats, what do you think, Co?
I disagree.
And why is that?
Because, first of all, I take both of those quarterbacks in clutch moments and key moments over Goff any day and 7 days of the week.
Well,
8 days
but
of the week.
Troy Aikman, to me, and we've talked about this before, he was a game manager, a great game manager.
Troy Aikman has a yellow jacket.
That's fine.
And he has 3 Super Bowls.
I agree. That's fine.
There's a reason Jared Goff was kicked out of L.A. There's a reason for it. And that,
But you
what you're
can't
doing-
tell me.
what you're doing.
You look at average. You said he's average. You say Campbell's average. But when you look at the stats here, they're all in the same boat.
You think-
Goff is in the same boat stat wise? When we look at the stats of 95, he's in that realm of Troy Aikman stats.
So
if not better for Ben Roethlisberger.
Are you saying Goff is better than both those guys? So
If we're
Deion was
looking,
on the last.
I'm not talking career.
on the Switzer
I'm
Super
talking
Bowl.
about the season that they're having, that they won
They're winning a
a
lot
Super
of games.
Bowl championship.
They're winning a lot of games.
Right, exactly.
But this is.
But you can't tell me, you can't say to me, average,
Yes, I can.
when he's coming in stat-wise
He's a great
just
coach.
as much as Roethlisberger and Troy Aikman did in their last Super Bowl.
But you just said you
All
play
right.
who you play. But go ahead. Blake.
Right.
Well, I'm going to say this to you, Scott, just so we can just clear this right
Well,
now.
he's got lanes.
All right, let's stop. Listen, at the end of the day, until he wins 4 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowls, then we can stop with all the comparisons.
But we're not talking about career, each person.
Well,
we're talking about the year that they won
whatever
the Super
year,
Bowl.
whatever year that Aikman was ever to prepare to put them in a position to win a Super Bowl, and he had those kind of numbers,
did it 3 times?
they got it done 3 times.
But
Until Goff can get it done, until he's able to finish
But
the
what-
deal.
but I'm
when he's
not-
able to finish
right.
the deal, then
okay,
that's
but what I'm saying is
respectful.
the trajectory of
Is
what.
he
of what
heading
he's-
to that direction?
Yes.
A lot of guys were.
Okay. But here's what. So you say we play who's in front of you, right?
Yeah, but
so
a lot of guys
in
are.
'95.
You compare
when
him
we
to
looked
freaking
at the
Troy
when we
Aikman?
looked at the Cowboys, 12-4 that year. They won 5 out of their 12 wins.
division was
5 of them they won against winning records. 3 teams. There was 500. They won 4 games against teams with losing records.
Okay. So-
They were 0-2 against a 6-10 Redskins that year. All I'm saying, guys,
All I'm saying is
that
Mark
if
Rippon
you
won a
gotta
Super Bowl.
play. Mark Rippon wasn't the quarterback. So all I'm saying is they're playing who who's in front of
Right.
them.
I said
Absolutely. That's
killing,
fair.
They're killing them.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
They're
So you're saying they are playing who's in front of them.
And they're doing what they have to do.
Absolutely.
We all said that.
So I'm not saying Jared
said
Goff is going to win 80 Super Bowls or
No,
anything else like that.
he gotta win one.
I'm just trying to tell you that, and I didn't say that. I say that the trajectory that they're on
Yeah,
is
I
similar
hear what
to the '95 Cowboys
Okay.
and the '08 Steelers.
Okay.
Well, the trajectory was that.
Okay,
was
so
their
you said he's headed to that place.
The Lions as a team are headed to that place.
But you're comparing quarterbacks.
already.
I'm comparing quarterbacks. I'm comparing offense
Well, he
and
doesn't think
defense.
Aikman's any good, so he's going to say that.
Listen,
That was his third Super Bowl.
finish the deal. That's all I'm gonna say.
I agree with
so
you.
So when we can revisit this
Yeah.
when it's
We
time
can
to
do
revisit
that.
it. So this
I'm
is a
just
great.
going
this is
by
a great
what
point.
Corey was going by
Yeah,
last
but this
week.
is a great point by you, Scott. It's a great argument. It's a great debate. But let's look. At the end of the day, they're favored to win a Super Bowl. The Lions are.
Yeah.
They are the NFL favorite
Yes.
to win the Super Bowl.
We talked about seeding.
as we speak right now.
But we talked about hold on. We talked about seeding and doing what they have to do. The regular season is seeding. Corey said that last week, and how you
Well,
are
you're playing
for the
for-
playoffs.
you're
right.
playing- Lions are
So-
playing for home
Right.
field.
So
Yeah.
the Cowboys, they did what they had to do in '95. They had home all the way through. The Steelers did the same thing. All I'm trying to say is the trajectory is going in that way for the Lions.
I don't think
Now,
that's
we
any
got-
doubt, though. I don't think that's not debatable.
Yeah, he's winning. They're winning a lot of games.
That's not debatable to me,
Oh,
Scott. Scott,
I think-
they're
No, I
on their
agree
way.
with you.
They're on
But
their way.
I'm just saying what
Well, they're
got
on-
under
listen,
the skin of the
they are
fans of what Corey
they are
was saying.
they are positioning themselves to be a Super Bowl champion, and you're going to need a lot of things to happen for that to happen. But they are definitely in a position to do so. Now, I get what you're saying. 1995 is not the same as 2025. All right, I don't care what we say and how we feel.
But you when
It's
you
not.
look at different teams, I'm not saying that the Lions could beat a '95 Cowboys or
I'm not
08
either,
Steelers.
but I'm saying the game has changed and,
Yeah.
and how things work have changed and positioning yourself. Yeah, that's fine. The game is still the game, but it's not the way it was back then. The teams are different. Everything is different. And at the end of the day, you got to adapt and adjust to what you're dealing with. Like you just mentioned earlier, they play who's in front of them.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's really about matchups. So what we're really going to be looking at is who they're going to play in the playoffs and what's going to happen in that situation.
but that's playing who's in front of them.
Right.
Yeah.
We all said that. All I said was they've played two good quarterbacks. One had one leg and one had no team, Stafford and Love. So they haven't played teams with great quarterback play. Once they get to that level, which is the next season, they're winning a lot of games. Get to seed, they get to the next level. You're going to see better quarterback play to win a Super Bowl, to win the NFC championship. That's all I'm saying. It's just
I'm going to tell you guys, man.
let me say something real quick, Mike.
Go ahead,
U of M.
Steve. Yeah.
U of M
Yeah.
last year. Everybody's saying cupcake schedule.
They went through it.
They went through it, but guess what they had to do at the next? They had to get to the next level and play.
At a higher level.
Those other players, the other
They
teams
played
were
better
better.
in the
That's all I'm
semis.
saying.
They
Listen,
And the
like I
Lions still
said,
haven't played
listen,
anybody.
hey,
They played
listen,
the Colts today.
Right, but you have to play who is in front of you.
We know that.
We all.
So they're doing
that's-
what they have to do.
No
Whether
question.
they're
They are
a
definitely doing
crappy
that.
team
Yes.
that
But they're not
playing.
though. They're not crappy.
Right.
They're an elite team.
Right.
Let's be clear here.
No, Lions aren't.
They
don't
are the best team in the NFL
No, I'm talking
right
about
now.
who they've played.
Well,
They
they,
have
they haven't played elite
or
teams.
They have not.
But listen, you can't have all winning teams. You're
Right.
not gonna. That's not gonna be realistic.
Some
throughout
schedules
the
are.
season.
Some
No, but the
schedules are tough
NFL
enough.
is the NFL,
Yeah.
so you can lose on any given day.
Exactly.
Let's
absolutely.
be clear about that.
Right.
All I'm
Tampa
saying,
shows
guys,
you
is
that.
that trajectory-wise, it hasn't happened yet. But trajectory-wise, they are
'Cause-
going in that. They're trending in that direction.
'Cause they're winning
like
a
the
lot of games.
'95 Cowboys. And I'm talking when I did offensive stats, defense, in that thing too. So that's why I'm saying. You can't just be completely down on him or down on the Lions because that's what you said.
No,
That's
no,
what you
no,
said
no.
last week and tell it like it is.
I just repeated
you
what I
said last week.
I said they
enjoy
haven't
winning
played-
throughout the season.
Right, those are
and that
good.
was it.
You haven't done this since 1932. You haven't had a win season like this.
But we're talking
What
about
I'm saying,
this. We're not talking about history
Scott,
of the
what I'm-
Cowboys.
what I'm saying
we're
is-
not talking about the history of the Steelers.
if you stop cutting me off, what I'm saying is they're winning a lot of games and they're taking care of business. I just said the quarterback play they've been playing against has been terrible.
but
you had Love.
You have to play who is in front of you.
Exactly. So
Okay.
did the Cowboys. So
Okay.
did the Steelers. So did the Browns. I get all that. I'm just saying, I don't think, to nutshell this, I don't think golf is going to win your Super Bowl. Period. End of story.